What's going on, YouTube? This is Luke with Endless Entrepreneurs, just coming to you with a sales update video, specifically a recap of May. I know it's June 5th right now, and I don't want the month to get too far away from me before I recap how the month went. For those of you new to my channel, welcome. I am a part-time eBay seller, and I specialize in men's clothing, and I am a full-time corporate finance analyst, so I kind of build my business in my spare time, and I track that progress here on this channel, and try to share regular updates. And I do have a big goal, as you can see from the title, of $100,000 of gross sales for this year is the goal that I'm going after while doing it part-time. And, in hopes to show people that it's possible if you want to build that side income, with balancing your career, that it is possible. So the format of these videos is I use my tracker spreadsheet to show kind of what happened in the month. And then I pick 10 listings that have happened since my last sales update video, kind of unique items have sold, go through the brand, the pictures, what made them sell, just to kind of give you guys some value. And if you're interested in selling clothing or you are a clothing seller, hopefully it'll add a brand to your knowledge. So when you're out there sourcing, you can pick out some great items. I'm just going to check the chat real quick. Hey, Terry, thanks for stopping in. Definitely everyone say hi to Terry in the chat. She helps moderate the channel for me graciously, and I really appreciate that. Hey, Flip Flops. Hey, Chase the Dream and Jennifer. I will shout some more people out, and we'll have a little bit of Q&A at the end. But I do want to give the content up front for those of you rewatching, just so they can see what's going on. And so let me share my screen here, and we'll start with that. All right, so we're gonna start with, let's start with the sales. So this was by far my worst month in 2017. May was, I kind of can explain it and I kind of can't at the same time. So as you can see, I landed at about $3,900. I think my spreadsheet, which you're going to see, is going to be off by a couple bucks, just because I think there's a return that hasn't hit or has hit. I'm not sure which way it is, but it might be off by a couple bucks. But this just to show you kind of how May ended. Didn't even break 4,000, which is pretty sad. Previous month, I was at like 5,100, and the month before that, I was at 6,400. So it's been a really steep kind of drop off the last 2 months, which has been kind of sad for me, especially because those of you who've been watching, I bought a bulk order of 3,000 pair of LL Bean pants, and I've listed almost 2,000 of them basically since the beginning of May. And so I would have thought my sales would have been going up, but it appears they're a bit longer, even more longer tail than I thought when I originally bought them. And unfortunately, all I did was list LL Bean pants in all of May. And I think not mixing in my short tail and mid tail items that I source locally from Goodwills and not mixing those in, I think definitely hurt my sales in May. So that's a little unfortunate. I also think that May just in general is kind of the start of the summer slowdown. I know you'll hear a lot of resellers talk about this. Sales definitely drop off. And, some of these summer months like May and June and July are pretty tough, I guess. So yeah, I mean, this is what it is. This is reality. I've promised since the beginning just to show you what is really happening. Definitely is a setback for my 100K goal. It's still achievable. Definitely going to have to hustle on the back half of the year, which I'm not afraid of hustling, but it's just the reality of I plan to do about 6K this month in my plan. So, that another 2K hit really hurts for the run rate. Let me pop over to my spreadsheet here. For those of you who follow know that I like to use this tracker spreadsheet. It is available for free on my website, endlessentrepreneurs.com. You can check it out on the resource page if you'd like to use it. There's that and a couple of templates. They're completely free. You just have to give your email and you can download that. So feel free to check that out. If you haven't seen this before, I basically have the everyday tracked for kind of my productivity. And for me, these are the key drivers of my business. So I have items listed, items sold, the value of those items, the average sale price, the items I purchased, the total cost of those items, and the average cost per item. These are the main drivers of my business. These are what I keep track of every day. So as you can see, it's kind of a weird month. Usually my goal is to list 350 unique items from Goodwill. This last month was kind of different because I bought the bulk order of 3,000 pair of pants that came to my doorstep. So I didn't have to source. I was listing in multi-quantity. So I actually was getting a ton up. During the month of May, I actually got 1,300 up. And over the last couple of days in June, I've got an additional almost 700 up. So I'm at like 2,000, I think, listed, pretty close to that of the order. But so you can see 1,300 items listed. I sold 174, which is, you can see my average sale price is coming down, which was a lot higher last month. I'm trying to be around 28. I have accepted the reality that because I, basically bought a 3,000 pair of pants at $1 a piece, and that the average sell price of those is going to be somewhere between like $17 and $20, $22. That we'll see. I have accepted that my average sell price might come down to like the 26 mark, but I'm going to work really hard to keep it up there. And you can see it's kind of the month was all over the place. Like I didn't even have any home run days. Like normally each month I have like a couple $300 days and like 1-4. I only broke 200, I think, 3 times. Yeah, 200. I only broke 200 in sales on a particular day 3 times this month, which is just it's crazy to me to even think about, but that is the way it is. And for perspective, I have not counting multi-quantity, just unique active listings, I have like almost 1,900 active listings in my store. So this is a pretty slow sell-through for sure for that many items listed. I do run a 20% off sale. I did try to run a 30% off sale over the Memorial Day weekend to try and jumpstart stuff, but it is what it is. As you can see here, just to see year to date, I am not year to date, but sorry, through May, I'm at 27.2, which is 27% of the goal. I'm hoping that June, I'm switching gears here. I'm hoping in June we'll land about 6K and kind of rebound month and put me at about 33K, which will leave, I'll need an average of like 11K months the rest of the way. But I don't think I'm not going to have 11K months the rest of the way. I really truly believe fourth quarter I'm going to have a couple $14,000, $15,000 months just because of the ramp up all the way till then. So that's fingers crossed. That's what happens. That's when I'm going to need to hit my goal. Trying to be concise here and not ramble too much. For those of you who have been following, I did have a friendly bet. Well, we have a friendly bet with Casey the Rockstar Flipper to get all of the pants listed. And I found out that it was about 200 pairs short, the order was, which I do need to take up with the guy I bought them from. Not a huge deal. I mean, still is a little disappointing, and hopefully they'll work it out with the supplier. But when we made the bet, we thought it was on 3,000, and it just wasn't right to hold him accountable to it. And then as my sales started to drop, we were talking today, and I was just like, it's not business smart for me to keep powering through these listings when I need to get shorter tail and medium tail stuff up for this month because I'm traveling for the back half of June. I'm traveling from like the 17th on. So these next 2 weeks, I'm going to be busting butt to get. I have like 300 items from Goodwill to get up, so that'll be the goal. So enough rambling on that. Now that I gave you that bit of value, let's switch gears and let me show you some of the things that have sold. I tried to pick some interesting ones for you guys. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of home runs because they just didn't happen. But this is a pretty interesting item. This is the Paradise Found, like the Magnum PI-ish Hawaiian shirts. I found this a couple months ago, and it's got a really cool pattern on it. It's not a great material. I think it was like a cotton blend with like one of the cheaper materials, but it does. There's the tag made in Hawaii. I actually took a best offer of $25 for this, which is pretty low. I would expect to get like high 20s, low 30s for it, but my sales are, and you'll see that theme as I go through these items. I took a lot of best offers just to move some inventory and keep my sales up, which I guess you have to do occasionally. So, but yeah, keep your eyes out. I was in this for $4. It shipped first class, so not too bad. This was an old item. I found this, man, I bet you this was from at least 18 months ago, maybe a little longer. And I have the Nordstrom tag on it. That's what that tag is there. It doesn't have the brand name tag on it. I'll show you guys right here. So I did list it as new with tags. This sat for a long time. I ended up taking a best offer of $24 after it sat this long. Still happy with the return. I mean, in it for $4 when I picked it up. So a good flip, but just goes to show you that not everything new with tags moves for what you think. This is a Rain Spooner floral, like camp style shirt. It was just cotton. I found a big batch of these. It was like 12 of them on a rack when I was out sourcing one time. And so I took a best offer of $30, believe it or not, for this. I was on sale at the time for like 40 something, and the guy was in Japan. So I knew he was going to pay international shipping, and it was going to be a little pricier. So I accepted a $30. I was happy to move it. I'm in it for $4. Nice flip there. Here's another one where I took a best offer. Probably should have held out a little longer. These are new with tags, Polo Ralph Lauren dress pants. I actually found these for $4 at my Goodwill, and I ended up taking a best offer of I think $28.50. And it's still a great profit, but this is like, I'm a very long tail seller, and I usually hold for max value. But I really was feeling the squeeze this month with sales being low. I took some best offers just to move stuff. Still an acceptable profit margin, but definitely lower than I normally would ask for it. You guys know I love to sell blazers. So this was it's just like a navy blue, like a woven pattern. Signature gold is the like top line of Joseph A. Bank for the most part. It's kind of their high-end line. So there's a kind of that navy woven pattern. I'll show you guys the tag here. So, and that picture's pretty blurry actually. But so signature gold, size 42 regular, just basic wool. Took a bus off for $40. I was in this for $5. Shipped at flat rate, so nice profit there. That's why I love blazers. This was the only one I've ever found. Barber International, Steve McQueen. It's like a red plaid, pearl snap Western type shirt. Barber's a great brand if you can find it. I've only found a couple items. There's that tag there. But this sold for $39.99. It was on sale. It sold full price for the sale price. And there's your tag. So picked this up for $4 maybe 2 months ago. And so didn't sit too long, and great flip there. These I found back actually before the Masters. Ironically, they didn't sell during the Masters season. They sold after, which was a little weird. Maybe someone got excited after watching the Masters and wanted to buy them. But these are just some beige golf shorts. They were pleated. Picked them up for $4. Took a best offer of $27 for these, so I was happy to move them. There's your tag. They're like a rayon poly blend, so kind of like that lighter weight dry fit feel. Here's your Masters logo. Masters logos just sell really, really well. They've cooled off a bit, like the polos and stuff don't sell as good, but they still sell. Here's just some generic kind of bread and butter Levi's 501 blue jeans. They have the button fly on them. These are on sale at the time for $27.99. I took a best offer of $25 to move them. I always pick up 501s, especially if they're in good condition. And these are 32 by 32s. And they sold for, like I said, best offer, shipped them flat rate. So I think like $6. So not bad at all. And these for $5. Jeans are flatly priced at $5. All right, this was, I found a couple of these. These were new with tags, Cuba Vera. This was the Heritage Fit, sorry. If it had been a better material, you can see the retail of $50 here, I probably would have asked for more. I took a best offer of $20 on this. Again, sales are pretty slow. It's got some decent embroidery. If the pattern was even better and it was a better material, I definitely would have asked for more on these, especially considering the season. But either way, I was in it for $4 and moved it for $20, so happy with that. And last one here, we have Vigas, I think is how you pronounce it, or Vegas. I'm not sure. The way I butcher names all the time, I apologize. But these are kind of like some distressed looking blue jeans, women's size 3. I was in these for $5. They sold on sale, full price for $23.99. You can see kind of that distressed look there. Here's your tag. I see what show you there. But in these for $5, and these were, I guess, capris. So yeah, I'm really happy to move these for $23.99. I have quite a few of these up. I mean, I say quite a few, like probably 10 or 12. I've sold 3 so far, so decent sell through with this brand. They're not like home runs by any means, but they're definitely steady. So let me stop sharing and flip back to the chat, see what everyone's doing. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys. All right, so let me see. I'll jump. Flip-flops just said this, and it's great. He said, Luke, diversify that portfolio. Summer clothes, you should be set for September, though. Yeah, I totally agree with you, flip-flops. I mean, I would never try to defend. I'm definitely heavy towards winter clothing, blazers, suits, sweaters. I mean, long-sleeve dress shirts. I do have a lot of polo shirts up, but I don't think that necessarily is enough to offset. I need more shorts and things like that to offset it. So that's just the way it is, and I'll focus on that now. Especially because I know this has been a great learning experience. Being able to just list one type of item for a full month and see the impact on my business was actually really profound and impactful for me. Thank goodness I have the luxury that it's not my full-time income, so it wasn't devastating or anything. But I'm a big proponent of, like, you take your experiences, you learn from, you apply them, and you adjust. Like the most successful business people adjust constantly. And so that's just what I have to do. And I'm kind of excited about it. I've learned a lot through it. So it should be good. Terry just asked if it's romper weather yet. Yeah, I'm sorry, Terry. I know a lot of people are heartbroken about it, but I mean, me and Case talked about it, and it just wasn't. I mean, it wasn't what we thought it was going to be to begin with, which was the premise of the bet, and 2, with just making the best business decision. It just didn't make sense. I'm sure there will be future opportunities for things like that. But I do appreciate everyone's encouragement through it. A lot of the Instagram comments and stuff are awesome. Just having the support as they churn through it. And honestly, had we not made the bet, I don't know that I would have listed as much as I listed during May. So like the motivation to just light the fire in my butt and go was awesome. I mean, having the whole order broken down, only having 500 pair left, like it's a good feeling. So definitely appreciative. Chase's Dream said his sales are down, but taking the time to list and boost up fourth quarter. Yeah, like I'm just trying to stay long-term focused, like keep listing, keep adjusting on the items you're sourcing, keep broadening your kind of portfolio, like Flip Flops just said. Chicago Bulls fan just said, oh, any new tips for a new seller trying to drive traffic to your items? Honestly, your keywords, Chicago Bulls fan, like making sure your keywords are up to par with other top sellers, making sure that you're offering the most competitive terms, right? So like free shipping, 60-day returns. I like using best offer to generate traffic. I mean, these are all preferences, but it definitely helps you stand out, I think. So things like that, making sure you're taking as many pictures and good pictures as you can, especially if you're a newer seller and you're less focused on volume, focus on quality of pictures, quantity of pictures, things like that. Heather just said, I think we just wanted to see one of y'all in a romper. Yeah, I'm sure you did. I'm not sure that rompers were meant for me and my body, but either way, if we had held them out, I would have made sure they were listed because there's no way that anyone wants to see me in a romper, but it is the way it is. Any other questions, guys? I really wanted to wrap up May and share the results. I like being transparent with everyone, just letting you know. Let's say we got 60 people watching live. I really appreciate that. I'm super pumped up about it though. Like it's funny, like down months motivate me. Like when my sales go down, I list more. Like I get more productive, I get more focused, I get more analytical. Like it's so motivating. So like it's not an all bad thing. And I'm gonna get to that 100K one way or the other. Does anyone have a good month? That's what I want to hear. Did someone else like break through and have a great month? That's what I want to hear. Someone who just crushed it, man. That would be awesome. That would make me really encouraged. Also, one of the things that I'm kind of excited about too is through this, I've learned being efficient flat laying. So actually I experimented with some jeans tonight. I listed like 7 or 8 pair of jeans and I did them start to finish using drafts in my phone. And it's a lot faster that way. So I'm going to just keep modifying my setup to keep churning out inventory, but it's exciting to try out new things and figure out new efficiencies and processes for sure. Michelle P said that she had her best month. Awesome. Congrats. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear people having good months. That's definitely motivating. Resale Devil said, how many items do you currently have in your inventory? So active listings, I have almost 1,900. But like total items counting the multi-quantity, I have well over 3,000 now. So I have like, I think it's like 34 or 3,300, or no, 3123. I just looked. Hold on, I just looked at that. Let me confirm real quick. I don't want to just guess because I actually could look. I have 3163. But a lot of that's the multi-quantity LL Bean stuff. So you got to keep that in mind when you think about that. Let's see. Heather said May was an improvement to April, but that she's also sick in April. So yeah, that'll happen. So it sounds like a lot of people did have up months compared to that. So that's good. I'm really happy for you guys. That's awesome. Thrifty said May was was the highest average sale price per item at $30.41. That's awesome. Congrats. That's a really awesome average sale price. Shane just asked, how long do you keep inventory before you get sick of looking at it, and what do you do with things that just don't sell? So all my inventory is stored in storage units. So it's out of sight, out of mind, which fits nicely with my long tail approach. So I don't really get sick of having it. I try to keep in perspective that it's less than 10 cents a month for me to have items on average, just simply because of the store subscriptions and the benefits and things like that. I'm paying 74 cents a square foot for storage. So keeping an item up for a year doesn't bother me at all if I'm still going to get top dollar for it. I will, however, if I think something's a bad buy, I'll price it down quick and get it out. I'll auction it. But if I know it's a good buy, like I'll hold on for 12 months. Like you saw that shirt I sold for $24.99 or $24. Like I had it for 18 months, so it cost me $1.80 and fees basically. Cost me $4 on the front end. Cost me probably $3 to ship. So even after 18 months, I still made like $11 or $12 profit basically. Well, probably like 8 or 9 after fees. So still, like I can deal with that. Jill Guy just asks, when does the Q4 holiday selling season begin? That's a great question. I saw tons of ramp up like in August last year, Joe. Like August to the back end ramped way up for me. So I think from August on, it's going to just hopefully just straight line up. We'll see. Time will tell. I'm sure every year it's slightly different, but yeah, I would anticipate at a minimum the last 4 months, September and onward should be big crushers for sure. And I think August, because it's kind of back to school, a lot of things get purchased then as well. Matthew said he did a little over 12K on Poshmark. That's amazing. Wow. Awesome month. Great job. Thrifty and NC just asked, ever have a global shipping sale that didn't get tracked in eBay correctly? I sold something for $25, but eBay only shows a $4 sale for that transaction. I have not had that happen, but I would give customer service a call and just check on that because they probably can fix that for you pretty quick. Thanks, Resell Devil. I really appreciate it. Appreciate you just subscribing and jumping in. Hopefully the content's helpful. Feel free with any video too, and this goes to anyone watching. If there is content you want to see, drop it in the comments, or you have suggestions. Like, I'm always looking for different stuff that you guys want to see to bring. I try to bring a normal schedule of things to everyone, just to make sure that I'm bringing consistent content. But I like adapting and bringing content that you guys find eventful or helpful to your businesses. So just let me know in the comments. If you guys don't mind hitting that like button for me, I am going to wrap up though. I've got a couple things to take care of. I got to ship, and I got to list a couple more things, and then I got to get to sleep because I'm back to my 4 a.m. wake up. It's like 2 weeks straight now, and it's awesome. So just happy that I'm back to the morning grind. So don't want to lose out on that. Everyone have a great night. Hope that June is kicking butt for you guys, and I hope that June just kind of catapults for you guys and skyrockets. If you have any questions or future comments for videos, drop them in the comments. And also, if you haven't let me know in the comments, let me know how May went for you guys. I like to see people doing well, so it's great. Check me out on Instagram and have an awesome night, guys.